Welcome back. It's a
You're
new year. Blind Spots Podcast. It is January at Bobby Bronze at not Patrick Hughes. It is cold on location
Bricks
in
on me,
Florida and
bricks
in
on
Georgia.
me. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it is nice. The weather is a lot better than uh what's happening in California, god damn it. There's a lot of fire out there right now. So
I just saw that.
prayers to the Palisades because 0% of it is contained from what I'm looking at right now, and it's growing. So I just seen a video on Twitter. It looked like somebody was trapped in their house, and it was just fire around it. And I'm just like, it looked like they were actually in hell.
Yeah, it's
Like
like one
that's
of
what
those
it
things.
looked
It's
like.
like
The sky
I'll
is
wake
red.
up. Can I wake up? Can I wake up? Can I wake up? It's like,
Oof,
nah,
that's
nigga.
tough. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to hopefully the best, whatever the best can happen for right now in California is what can happen because 0% contained and growing sounds bad. It sounds tough. But on the East Coast, New Year, same Mito. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. Um, nothing changed. I do appreciate how it feels as though you get like new energy
Yeah,
when actually the only thing that changed was like a day. So like, what's the difference between like the 25th and the 26th? For Christmas. But that feels like obviously that gets to be your birthday, but like outside of for
no.
everyone else, it's just like, oh, it's over now. Like
Hey,
we can
yeah.
sigh.
Let it be. What this week it was Thursday. This year, well, this past year was Thursday. So it's literally like a lot of other people had to clock back in.
Yeah, yeah. The Christmas on the middle of the week shit,
And
0 out of 10.
you get that
Do
reality
not
check quick.
recommend. Like what the like luckily I didn't have to go to work the day after New Year's. Or no, I'm sorry, the day after which one was it? The last day of the year. So I didn't. I stopped working on the 27th. That was the last day, and I was off until the 2nd. And the day after Christmas was easy at work. The day before Christmas felt like I was stealing checks. Like it literally was like zero work at all.
Yeah.
But but yeah, the new year picks it back up. I feel like I got a little bit more energy, a little bit more patience for people because I didn't have a lot of patience towards the end of the year. I don't know where the new patience came from, but I think it's probably just going to be more of just like really, really, really not so much getting low, but like focusing on uh like the most important things close, like not doing a whole lot of reaching outside of the immediate circle.
Mhm.
um I think part of it is because I have a certain expectations on certain people,
Mhm.
and maybe they don't have that same expectations of themselves. And I think it's getting me fucked up because then I'm thinking, why am I not getting what I think I should be getting when I feel like I'm pouring so much into shit?
Mm.
And maybe that's and not to say like I don't want to be as nice or as kind because I always believe like that's going to get you a long way in the beginning. But like I like instead of like overreaching, like I'm just gonna hey if you within arm's reach, then it's cool. Outside of that, I ain't really got a lot of bandwidth because
Yeah,
then
real
now I
shit.
don't got bandwidth for the stuff that's inside. And so I think that should help a little bit with like stress load and you know like putting yourself first. Sometimes I move certain shit around to like I do a lot of moving around to meet
Yeah.
certain shit. It's like you don't have to do that all the time. Like you don't have to be as generous all the time with your time because it's not even so much as being generous. It's being like sometimes it's overreaching. And then if you always are the person that does it, then you're just that's just the dynamics of the
Yeah,
relationship. And
and that
that's
becomes
not
the expectation. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, instead of like, oh, it's actually being kind. It's like you should probably dial it back, Robert, and then like be more give and take. Like you can obviously extend a little bit for certain ones because everybody don't look at things the same way you do.
Right.
But you know, to preserve your own feelings of getting hurt, because you're thinking certain things. It's like, oh, you know what? This isn't as important to them as it's important to you. And that doesn't mean that they don't like you. That just means that, yeah, there's going to be some shit that's not nearly as important to me that might be to someone else. And I would hope that they would give me the same grace that I am giving them. So with those thoughts, it's like, okay, that's how I'll try to approach January as well as the rest of this year. Because then maybe I have a little bit more bandwidth in December when I got to be around people. I had an uncle that came in town. I just could not do it. The social battery was done.
It's
I
gone.
couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to answer no questions, any more questions for nobody. I
That's
had two
hilarious.
uncles. I had to drive across the bridge. I had to talk to a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and everybody wants to catch up. It's like, I can't do this today. I'm gonna sit at home and watch the Buccaneers. That's it. That's what I'm gonna do. And I got
For sure.
I think I got some barbecue Brumans. I got
I seen
Brumans.
y'all have some, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think wifey posted it, and I seen it, and I was like, I gotta get back home, bro. I was like, I gotta
You know what's
get
crazy
back
too?
home. Yeah.
The if you go get, and this is not an ad for Brumans, but this is an ad for Brumans because god damn it, the dino ribs. That's always like the Instagram worthy shot.
Yeah.
And they're always expensive. Like $100. Like I forget the place that I was telling you about in Atlanta, and I end up going and they have it. The real
Hattie's.
popular one. Hattie's. I think theirs was like $75 to $100, something like that, right? And it was like,
Yeah.
whatever, we're here, we'll pay for it. Birdman's gave the same shit with two sides. And when it's sides, we're talking about them big clear containers. It was
Yeah.
$35.
Bro, I hate Atlanta. like I hate Atlanta. Like that's the thing that people don't understand. It's like you are being taxed for the location of where you stay at, bro. Like when I go back home, it just don't cost this much. Like I can get barbecue and generous helpers. Like don't have to like eat all this in one setting. Like I'm like it's probably gonna take a couple sittings to get through all of this for $40, and that's like probably 2 plates. Like that's like like you said with the container size. So it's like,
We
bro,
spent 60 with tip on Uber because we got Uber. So 60 total. We ate, it was four of those big sides, the whole dino rib, and then chicken, sausage, pork,
that's
and
what I'm
one of
saying.
those, like all of that. We ate on that for all the rest of Saturday evening, and then during the game Sunday. And then I think I had some left Monday, a little. Well, she took some to work with her Monday, and then I had some for lunch Monday as well. So it's like,
That's
if
what
I
I'm
would have went and
saying.
got it, I probably would have spent a little bit less because I didn't have to pay for like Uber's fees
Bro,
and all kind of shit.
they got it like the spot that I took Tyree and Derek to while we was down here. It's in my neighborhood or whatever. It's downtown Tucker. It's a fine establishment. It's really good. They got like the same thing, 2-3 meat platter or whatever. Like $50, bro.
Oh no!
And it's like,
Oh no!
how is this? And the thing is, that's competitive pricing. That's competitive.
Yeah,
That's
that's probably better.
that's the
Like,
mark. It's one of the ones that you like. You know what? Actually, this probably decently priced. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. I guess I get this, and then I guess you get a little bit of that, and then we can combine it, and then make it a whole thing. And then, oh, you want sausage? All right, well, I make sure I get it as one of the meats on here. Like, it's like back home, bro. You just order this shit. You just order. You know what I'm saying? If you hit 60, then you'd be like, oh. But once you see what you got, you'd be like, oh
you're
nah,
for
this
sure
is
eating. This is for tomorrow too. Like, yeah,
yes.
okay,
They
yeah.
call that shit like the F250 or something like that. It's like, bro, even
The
like the
clubification.
everything. So even the plate with the two meats or whatever and two sides or whatever, just like just your regular when you go to a barbecue spot, you probably want some chicken, or some ribs or some combination of like brisket, link, whatever. You want two meats usually. Even that by itself is like 25. It's like, bro, that's not a $25 plate, bro. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
So it's like
I refuse to spend over a certain dollar amount for food that is served in a styrofoam container. That's my rule of thumb. If the food is served in a styrofoam container, and that's not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's like I'm not spending over $25 for something that was in styrofoam. If you're serving me plastic forks and stuff, I'm not spending over 25 an entree. I'm just not doing it. Like it's impossible because
Not
at
wrong.
that point,
You're
at those
not wrong.
prices, I might as well go sit down somewhere where I know the food is going to be prepared a little bit better because it doesn't come in a styrofoam container. And nothing wrong with, once again, nothing wrong with food that goes in a styrofoam container. But think about when we used to get, like, you go to a soul food restaurant and they're going to give you the meat that, and it automatically comes with rice and gravy and cornbread. That automatically comes with it. And then you get two sides. That plate was under $20 forever. Like in certain things,
Bingo.
it's still today $13, $14, $15. That is the going rate on styrofoam plate food. Same with Chinese food. You go get a lunch special, it was less than $10. You got
Bro,
a shit ton of food, an egg roll, and a drink, and that was $10. It's in a styrofoam container. If you are serving me $30 entrees in a styrofoam container, no, I'm not eating a plastic fork for $30. You need to give me real forks.
that shit is crazy. Like,
Unless it's to
when you
go.
said the Chinese joint, bro, I'm like, bro, we used to eat at Chinese restaurant, and it used to be sub 25, and you was in the game for two people, like with the sides, with the crab rangoon or the donut or whatever on the side, with the extra egg rolls or whatever on the side. Like you could get your platter. Like my girl get the egg foo young. I kill a sweet and sour chicken and get
For
like an
sure.
egg roll, crab rangoon. Like usually that's the night you splurge out, being ridiculous. Bump the diet, bump the dollar amount, even though the dollar amount be like $30 by the time you get done with everything.
Nothing more than 30.
But it's never more than 30. Now,
And then when they give you the what do you call it, the fortune cookies, they take in the box and just dump it in the
yeah,
bag, so you're getting 30 fortune cookies. They taking a handful of soy sauce,
yeah,
a
bro. Like,
handful of duck
what
sauce,
we doing? What
a
we doing?
handful of hot sauce.
What we
You got
doing?
50 sauces, 30 fucking uh, fortune
Nah,
cookies. They're stapling the styrofoam containers because everything is busting out of it. You get 2 or 3 of those containers of sweet and sour sauce, and you spent $30 and it was done in 10 minutes.
it was over
Huh?
with. It was
What?
over with.
I order it in the car because I know it's gonna be
I know
10
it's
minutes,
A,
and
so
it's
I'm already on the way. I'm not gonna do the whole order and then wait around. It's gonna be cold. They're gonna be calling me trying to figure out where I'm at. Like, nah. I'm already on the way.
oh, you thought it was 10 minutes from when you hit end on the call?
Nah,
It was 10 minutes
it's
from when
already
this call
dropped. It's
started.
already dropped.
Yeah. So that means you need to be on the way because you're gonna leave after you get off the call, and it's been sitting there for 10 minutes at this point. So no, get your way over there. And then obviously you mentioned people coming in town. They made their way to Atlanta. I
Yeah. They pulled
fucking
up.
love Atlanta.
For
How was that?
I was actually kind of under the weather, so it was kind of rough.
That's tough.
I was telling wifey, I was like, bro, if they wasn't here, I would just cancel because like I had been talking like I wanted to do a lot for my birthday, and once they got closer, it was just like that seasonal like burnout was just like, man, I was just trying
It's
to
so easy
chill,
to, and it's just so easy to be like, I'm gonna sit it out. Like it's so easy. Like
and,
give me the excuse. I'm sick. I'm
and
gonna sit it
I
out.
had a little
Yeah.
bit of sniffles, and like it was cool. Baby girl was sick or whatever. She had like a bad cough. So it was like kind of nurturing her for a little bit, and then I went to work. I had to go to work one day, and when I got home, it was like I usually rest. I usually like take a nap or whatever and pop back up. I took no nap, and we was drinking, and by the time I got I think we finished like 2 bottles of freaking whatever, 2 bottles of like some like champagne or whatever, like making mimosas or whatever. We knocked them back within like an hour, and after that, like the rest of the day, I was just miserable, like miserable. And by the time we actually went to go out, I was done. Like it was like by the time 8 o'clock rolled around, we are like, okay, well, we finna go over here and pregame. It was like bro, I'm done, bro. I want
I
to go
ain't
to
got it.
bed, and
I
then
ain't got it.
we ended up going out. I went to sleep in the club, so I'm surprised they haven't
Nice.
like circulated no pictures or whatever. But I led everybody to the area next to the DJ, and there was like a little booth, and I secured some seats and sat my ass the fuck down and went to sleep. And I woke up a few times to dance with wifey, and that was pretty much it. I think my cousins was there, so you know what I'm saying, shook hands, had a couple shots, um, and then I'm thinking 2:30 we about to ride out. It's over with, club done. Nah, they want to go to Magic City Kids. They want to get the wings.
Gotta get the wings.
So we ended up going to get some wings. I'm sitting in the Uber. I'm like, bro, I'm finna hold down the Uber. I got
Breast
it.
and
Like,
thighs is decent in there too. So, you know, you might get a
you
little.
know. so they went in there and got whatever they needed to get, and yeah, but it was a good time though. So next time I'm like, okay, well next time like I gotta do it right. Like I gotta make sure I'm on point. Like summertime is always different because it's like it's nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? My birthday, I understand why my birthday is such a rough time to like try to do stuff around, just because by the time it actually gets to my birthday, it's like, bro, we just had Thanksgiving.
It was
We just had,
anticlimactic. It's over now. The
yeah,
year might as well be done at the 25th. Like
it
that,
might as
let's
well,
start the
bro.
first.
Like, you got people that's like, man, I gotta go back to work. I had to go back to work. Like, it was just like, bro, like, happy birthday, me. Thank y'all for being, like, it was really one of the things that's like, bro, we grown now, dog. Like, and until we get to the point where we don't have to go to work no more, or we don't gotta like worry about X, Y, Z, and it just kind of like, well, once my birthday is set up now for just nice dinners, nice
Yeah.
dinners.
Yeah, that's my honestly, even like as of late, I wasn't even doing a lot of things for my birthday, but I obviously I take the time now and I sit down. But I remember on my birthday, we went to a happy hour at Bernini's and I wanted to go there. I'm not even looking for like the pricey meal. I'm looking to cross something off of a list of a place I've been wanting to eat at.
Yeah,
So that could be styrofoam plate food, that could be drive through. It could be fancy. Like we went to Punt for her birthday. She got the dress up. The bill was ridiculously expensive. Then we went to the dessert room. But I figured since I got out of paying for dinner last birthday because of Burns, I was like, whatever, I'll spend a little bit more this birthday. But I had to put on like real clothes, which I don't
I'm
mind putting on real clothes. But it's also like I'm
I'm
not
there, bro.
dressing up for dinners anymore. I'm done with it. I'm done with like I will put on nice clothes. I'm not wearing a blazer to eat dinner. I'm done with that. If your birthday says if anybody listening to this, if
Yeah,
you got a birthday and you talking about upscale, I'm not wearing a suit to your birthday. I just want to go.
yeah. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it might be a tracksuit.
Oh, that's the only suit.
But that's it though. Like
I went to Charlie's in a
I'm
tracksuit. My dad
straight,
was
bro.
like, "You look underdressed." I'm like, "We about to spend the same money they spending." Like, nah.
Like I'm cool. I feel good. But that's really
Even
that's
in Burns, even in Burns, they have locations to sit you if you're not dressing up. They have
I,
different rooms
I'm
for
fine
more
with that.
casual.
I'm
Take me
fine
to
with that.
the.
Take me to the
Can I still
casual
get the
side.
same orders? Like I'll go. I'll go there. I'm wearing these sneakers in here. Not wearing
Yeah,
hard bottoms
that's the
unless I
thing.
want to wear them.
I remember, bro. I remember thinking that Red Lobster was like some shit you like put on for, like I remember that. I remember that. And like it'd be like, oh, smoking, non-smoking, and like, oh, non-smoking, like, oh yeah, and it's just like it's just a vibe. Like you just, and then now I'm just like, man, I'm a nigga. I was about to go to Chili's. Like I was like, bro, like what we doing, man? Like let me just go ahead and get some good drinks and vibe
Dantanas.
out, bro.
That's like the nice
Like,
mixture where it's a little upscale, but it's a little less.
yeah,
Like it's not. It's like right between fine dining and Applebee's.
but
That's
that's
Dantana's.
but that's also
Like
that's also where like my clothing dictates now. It's just like I can wear my clothes wherever I want to. Like it match for whatever occasion. If you going to church, if you going to like whatever, like it's not really too much. Whereas to be like, all right, the difference is gonna be if I match I match like the top of the tracksuit or something with the whole. If I wear the whole tracksuit together, or if I just piece it up, or if I put on a Clark as opposed to like a Force or some shit like that. Like that's literally the only difference right now that's gonna make or break it. Or if my jeans got holes in them or not.
Yeah.
Like,
Another rule of thumb too, when you're talking about fancy restaurants, is another one of my rule of thumbs. If the restaurant got a booth, it's probably not upscale. If it got a booth, it's probably not upscale.
that's a different one. I never heard that. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, but see, now you're gonna start going your Rolodex, and all the places that are a little bit fancier, they typically don't have.
And
booths.
I be mad as hell. I be mad as hell.
They might have high tables. They may have high tables, but they are not gonna have booths. It's literally all table service,
bro.
No booths.
I'm mad thinking about it because you're right, and I'm honestly like I be irritated by it. Like I legit be irritated every time we go out to like one of these spots, and I'm like, bro, what a booth?
There's a booth,
like
so I can sit my.
I'm trying to slide in and like move my leg over. Like, what we doing? Like, I'm trying to get comfortable. Like when you come as the and maybe this is bad etiquette on my behalf, but when the waitress come, I want to have to take my leg down out the seat and be like, what's going on? Because like I'm lamping, like I'm chilling.
Oh,
for
like
real.
from across it. Yeah. That's me. That's definitely me. They come in to put the water over. I put my feet down.
Yeah,
like okay.
I'm gonna relax when y'all here, like but like I'm chilling.
And under a booth, like depending on if you want inside or outside, that might be you can slip the bottom of your foot out. Like
you feel me?
You can get really comfortable.
You get real comfortable.
I'll be in a car with like driving with no shoes, so like,
bro, it's something
for sure.
Bro.
There, I just pop
I'll
it
tell you
right
right
out.
now, bro. Nigga, I be trying to have my feet out there. I don't know what's going on because I used to be in the house fully socked and shoed, but now I'm like, all right, I'll take it down to the socks. But honestly, at a certain point in the night, bro, I'm like, hey, bro, these socks is coming off, bro. These socks,
yeah.
Like even now,
after I take a shower, unless I plan to do anything like of note, the socks are probably not going.
They're not coming back on, bro. They're not coming back on. And I don't know when this switch was because I used to hate being barefoot anywhere, but now I'm just like, bro, I gotta have my shit freed up, bro.
My switch was you saying it. You were mentioning like being more, and I was like, you know what? I am always in socks. I'll try it. And I was like, oh, you know what? No, this is totally fine. I mean, I don't need the socks all the time. This was great. This is perfect.
Shawty might hate it because nigga be rubbing his feet together and shit. I'm like, hey, I feel good. I'm relaxed.
Not restricted.
For sure.
Yeah, good pleasantries. Good beginning of the year. Y'all get to hear our shenanigans.
Yeah.
Now for more shenanigans. Do we? Well, I mean, there's a couple of shenanigans on here. Which one do you want to start?
All right. So let's go with the Drake and Bron of it all. Bron turned 40. You know.
Man, happy birthday, King.
You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday, King, man. Pour honey on you, go.
Got to. So yeah, the NBA is doing this thing right now. They tried to turn that into a moment. But you know, it's like at this point, everything Bron do is a milestone. So it's not like it's nothing.
He literally breaks a ridiculous record every night.
Yeah,
it's like every other night.
It's crazy, and now I love the counter narratives that's being spun about like because before it was all this Jordan stuff was just like boom 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 boom, but I'm loving everybody that does the
now
counter.
He's passing all of them. It's like yeah, but he did it in more seasons.
And it's like
yeah, but he took less shots. So
you know how crazy that is to do it in less seasons, do it in more seasons, 7 more seasons. With less shots.
Which means Michael Jordan was chucking.
That is so absurd. That whole way everybody be like, why don't anybody like watching basketball? Why are the ratings down? And they'll show like everybody shooting these threes and breaking or whatever. Be like, this is why. I'm just like, don't give me that. Don't tell me missed shots is why. Don't tell me. Because there's no way Michael Jordan to miss all these damn shots over his career. Kobe Bryant to miss all these shots over his career. The 60-point game was an absurd stat line. Like that final game was
He shot the ball 60
crazy.
times.
Was
Yeah,
crazy.
he was grooving it. He's grooving it. He's like, well,
Like,
shit, fuck it. And I would not expect anything less.
hey, no, I
You
have
better
no
gun.
problem. Just don't tell me that it's the reason that y'all don't like the game now is because whatever. Like, don't do that. But outside of Bron, you know, being the only player in the NBA to play as a teenager and a 40-year-old,
Crazy. A
wow,
ridiculous stat.
no drop off in between. He was the subject of a new Drake beef, a new Drake song. Drake put out a freestyle
Yes.
fighting Irish, seemingly addressing his.
So that was a real title.
His ex bestie. Well, it didn't have a title. It was a leak. So you know how Drake is spaghetti man. So he kind of like just throw shit out on the wall and do whatever. That's the title that it got, was fighting Irish. I don't know if that was like an official.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
because it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. So yeah, that was it.
Because I keep seeing that as the title, and I'm like, I didn't actually see any words attached to it. I just saw him rapping.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, I remember that. It was uploaded to YouTube as Fighting Irish.
Copy.
And then they
But
took
now
it.
it's not on
UMG
there.
took it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, on top of the verses that he gave him, on top of the bars that he gave him, he also has now released a screenshot talking about his relationship.
Well, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him?
That was somebody else. That was somebody else. I think somebody who also had beef with Drake released those screenshots because of whatever they've got going on.
Was it Drake talking though?
No, it's for sure it's Drake talking.
Okay, but he didn't release it.
No, this was posted from someone else who was having a conversation in the DMs with Drake. And then that's how they were able to see what Drake was saying. Yeah,
and the contents of that release was very much dry snitchery and some, dare I say, fuckboy behavior.
Yeah, I didn't like the screenshots. The screenshots were bad. It's like, all right, bro. Like, because it almost felt like to me, like when you know somebody's recording, so you throw like shit in there.
Oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah. It's
like, oh, I know you're gonna screenshot this. I'll throw this, and I have plausible deniability on my side because I didn't leak it. It was an analogy. You know, this is what it's kind of like. I don't know if that's really happening.
Like, bro, I'm not saying that's what happened, bro. I'm just talking, bro.
Like, this is what it could look like. You know, that would be weird, right?
We won't mention such things here because we respect the king. But yeah, what did you think about the track? What did you think about the freestyle?
Drake rapping. I mean, I will never not like Drake rapping. I guess
kid can rap.
I don't know if the world likes Drake rapping, but he's rapping. I've just thought I was more disappointed that Kendrick fans, who are the most savviest of hip hop fans, they weren't feeling the raps, and I was like, dang man, I thought y'all liked raps.
Pretty yeah. Drake has when Drake does that thing. That I would say is one of his standard, like outside of the, you know, singing shit or the outside the club joint. Like Drake has his like signature moves. That's one of his signature moves, bro. That flow.
You know what this reminds me of now that you just mentioned it? It literally reminds me of LeBron. Like if you remember closer to like us being in high school and like LeBron would be going off, and the big criticism on LeBron because he was very passive was like, why can't LeBron just score 40 points every night? And he's like, that's not how you play the game. Like, you know, we got to get our guys involved. I also have to defend. You know, it's just kind of impossible. I can't take all these shots. Whereas, like, people are saying from Drake, like, why can't he just rap like this all the time? It's like, yeah, well, I mean, are y'all gonna really want an album with him just rapping? Like, there is a particular niche amount of people that will want to hear 10 records.
He wouldn't be Drake.
Of Drake. It would be backpacker stuff.
Yeah,
like, you know, it
just wouldn't be Drake. It wouldn't be Drake.
And like, so for you and I and people who really like rap, like, yeah, that would be cool. But most of Drake's fans would be like, bruh, where's the singing and the melodies?
Yeah,
Like
like
what is?
you want the people
And
want the
he
fun.
gave 5 tracks for it. He gave five tracks for it. So it was like at the end of For All the Dogs.
You want
That was
bingo. You want the fun Drake. You want the mafioso like it's lonely at the top mob boss Drake. Like you want that. You want Hotline Bling Drake. You want all of it. The Drake that you don't want is the worst version of the Hotline Bling. You don't want a 2C Slide Drake. You don't want that. But you want God's Plan. Like Drake, he has to be able to make God's Plan. Like he has to. Like he has to be.
what's the other joint? Nice for What?
He
Like he's
has to be able
gotta
to do all that. Like that's a part. The fact that he's Swiss Army man. Like he has to be able to do all these things. That's a good thing. So when he goes to like a signature flow like this, and people still don't like it, you show your hand every time. And now I can't. Like it's like I don't have any reason to listen to your opinion on music, beef, or rap. Like we don't have anything to talk about because this is objectively good. It's objectively what we love from Drake. Like.
and he's good at it.
And like it's once again, it's him returning to form where it's like, oh nah. It's one of those things where it's like, I used to hate Kobe Bryant. Because there was always like this right before it became Bron and Steph or Bron and KD. It was Bron and Kobe. And we was always trying to figure out how they was gonna meet each other in the finals. And that's what was the matchup. The Christmas games was always Cleveland versus Lakers. We always wanted to see that, right? I used to hate Kobe. At a certain point, I was like, nah, this is beautiful. Like, this is the game. This is what you want to see. I want to see him do this shit at a high level. It's personally not my game. He's personally not my favorite. But when he do this shit here,
when he gets going, it's like nothing.
When he shoot over 3 people, and it just everybody just knows going in. It's like
when the whole arena knows that he's gonna get the ball, and he just dribbles to his spot and shoots it. Doesn't even celebrate. Just throws a fist in there. It's like, yep, that's
Kobe, and that's what you love. If you can't appreciate that as just a fan of basketball, it's something wrong with you. So as a fan of rap, if you can't appreciate what Drake just put out with his freestyle, it's something wrong with you. I don't care about no narrative. I don't care. Like the thing is, we're too deep into that. It's not our business. I don't know shit about what him and LeBron got going on in their relationship. I think it's hilarious. I don't know nothing about what him and Kendrick got going on. I think it's hilarious. You don't lose any, like, I know it's hard for people to accept this. You don't lose anything from not checking Genius, from not knowing what all the bars and the entendres mean and knowing specific references and all this. You don't lose nothing from it because at the end of the day, it's just art. It's just watching somebody be skilled at their craft. You might gain from it from knowing all of this stuff, but clearly you guys are also losing. You're losing your ability to enjoy the craft because you know too much of this like TMZ shit. And it's just, bruh, have you ever felt like Drake in this moment? Have you ever felt like a friend betrayed you? Have you ever felt like it's like, okay, cool. That's the thing where it's like he entering that Jay-Z territory where there's bars for everything. Drake got bars for everything. This is peak caption rap. Like, it's perfect.
And he's peak caption rap man. And even this is peak caption rap for him.
It was like the reason that it wasn't a 10 out of a 10 because it's not an official release. But had it been an official release with a video, I'm thinking, bro, you remember that 230, that Chicago freestyle or whatever? Yeah. And he took that Eminem flow, and it was like,
yeah,
bro, this nigga good, man. Like,
and then he gave you the visuals, him eating in the restaurant by himself.
This is his Achilles. It's also just like you said, like LeBron, where it's like the fact that he's Swiss Army man, he's always trying to get everybody involved. He won't just take over the game and just drop 40 every night. The fact that he won't do that, that is like the thing that everybody's like, he don't have a killer instinct. No matter if he has the most clutch shots or whatever the stat tell you, you know that you didn't see him take shots that Kobe was taking and whatever. Granted, he converted most of them. He has the best percentage on of them. But
he made the right plays, but it wasn't what we expect from a ball player.
The fact that
I'm just gonna put my thumb on the game and I'm gonna take it over.
Take over. It's me. The fact that Drake won't just the fact that Drake has to like just leak these freestyles, or like he's been doing it for like really a decade now, where it's just like, oh, mixtape. No, it's an album. Okay, we're gonna leak this over here. Okay, now you gotta wait for the official release.
Now it's a deluxe.
Let's put it in the packaging and make it a deluxe. Oh, let's put it in the packaging and make it a playlist. Oh, let's do it. It's like all of this like last minute thinking instead of just package your shit and present it as an actual offering. Give us a total picture, like what he did with Meet the well, it wasn't Meet the Grams, but the one where he went out and he crushed the Kendrick van or whatever, and it's like,
yeah,
nigga, that same intensity and idea, whatever, it might have been a bad idea or bad whatever. You was losing the beef, so
it wasn't a bad idea. It
you was just losing.
Kendrick dropped in 30 minutes because I turned the phone. I was like, okay, shout out to Drake. He did what he did. And then I'm scrolling Twitter and they were like, Kendrick dropped. There's no way he dropped. There's zero way. And then it's not like us. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah. You see when you should have said, nigga. But like, so that's the thing of Drake. It's like you have to bring that to the table. Like, but at the end of the day, it's still good raps. Now, everybody's saying that he shouldn't be talking to LeBron. He should be getting at Kendrick. What's the real reason? It's like, my nigga. Now we can get to the TMZ of it all. Are you outside of your mind?
You know what? This is where it's perfect for me because like I've recognized just about how like a lot of things in this world don't make a lot of sense anymore and everything is based on narrative. People don't really have good friends. And like that's what this is showing to me because people are so easy to just be fucked over and just be like, if you talk about it, you a bitch. Or if you show any type of emotion about it, like, and I'm like,
nah.
As much as we've seen those two guys together, like they're brothers. Like, you know, like this is like one of those thicker than blood thicker than water type situations where it's like Drake was in the locker room when they won the championship. Like no one's in the locker room but like family. But Drake is in there and then like, you know, it's so like, man, I don't know. I always say things like I feel like people should be hurt and like you should be like it's not you don't gotta jump out there and just be like I'm cool, I'm whatever. I remember when Lala was like going through this issue with her child's father and she was like, you know, I don't give a fuck about a nigga. Like it was like I think it was City Girls and it's like, you know, I don't give a fuck about a nigga. And it's like, bruh, it's okay to care. Like y'all were together for a decade. Y'all had a child. He hurt you by having another child outside of y'all relationship. Like
he was in Paris bucket.
Like that is literally a reason to be upset. Like that's you guys have too much history. And so like this whole society of just people being so quick to be like, I don't care. Like it's like, no, I empathize with Drake, and that's not because I'm a fan of Drake, but it's like, bruh, you know what it would take for me to not come and find you if I seen that footage?
My nigga. Nah, bro.
I would come find if you're not powerful like LeBron, because now we're talking about power on power. He's insulated. Ain't nothing happened to LeBron. But we for sure we gotta throw hands. Like, no. I just seen a video of you like too excited. Like even if you was in the box and you was just kind of chilling there, like okay, whatever, LA's your city. You on stage, my nigga, and you know what this nigga talking about me, and we supposed to be tight. You check on my family, you be around my kids. Oh nah, we for sure gotta fight.
But the thing is, you wanted to be on stage. At the pop out, you wasn't even on the stage. You was that giddy.
Your wife was trying to hold you off the stage.
knowing that probably if you would have went on the stage, Russell Westbrook probably would have had a problem with you being up there. Like, bro, you doing a lot, bro. You doing a lot for somebody that
Steph Curry wasn't there. And I'm sure Steph Curry likes some Kendrick Lamar songs. Like that's his buddy too. And he's like, I'm not there. Maybe you don't have to go out there and pop out and say,
Just
I ain't
stay
really
in the
rocking with a song,
box. You
but
can be
but
private. Like it's LeBron. Only reason we know LeBron is anywhere is because LeBron want us to know he there.
for
Period.
sure.
Like you're that level of celebrity where security is that type. Bro. Like you don't have to be seen.
And they both know that. So Drake probably really knows, like, oh, you
Oh,
probably
you
set
out
this
here.
up beforehand.
Like once again, bro, it's just that thing of like you have to be able to put yourself in those shoes, bro. And like if I'm there's just no way. There's just no way if my friend is getting his dick kicked in the way that Drake is, that I'm about to be out here. Whether or not I actually have a problem with the person that is kicking his dick in or not, this is my brother. Me and you
I'm not gonna be in
partners.
the public.
Me,
I'm not going to be in the public
me and
listening
you
to this
partners.
shit.
We friends. We cool. Me and you ain't never had no issue. But once you kick my brother dick in, like I can't like just be out here. I have to at least like support
Just
my
like
brother. Like it's
with
we ain't gotta
which is
it
so
ain't gotta be
crazy.
up. I don't gotta go get you. I don't gotta put hands on you. But I can't be out kicking it with you.
It's so crazy too because people somehow understand that in the inverse with like DeMar DeRozan, where it's like he was friends with Drake, but they're like, what you want him to do? Turn on his hood, turn on his like. Yeah, you're right. He's from California. Maybe the ties are a little bit deeper, even though I didn't like that either. But at that point, that's probably when you want to stay neutral. But if you pick a side, I'm not thinking you're not about to pick home. If you have to pick a side, you're
Nigga,
picking home, and
you,
I get it.
we two transplants out here. You a kid from Ohio. You keep telling everybody you ain't got this. You don't got to be out here, bro. You really don't have to be out here. This is not for you. It's not your moment. It's not your moment. It's no reason for you to be out here. I understand you like the music. I understand it's good. Drake understand some good ass songs. Drake know that. You just not supposed to be out here wilding out. They got this man. They playing because the same thing is now you gotta justify it. Now they got this man Braun bent over at the Mr. Morale concert. like he's like, oh no, he's just a fan. He's just a fan. It's like, nah, hell nah, nigga. Turn that shit off when it's cut. I'm getting my ass whooped. Turn that off, bro. You can't be out
For
there.
sure.
You can.
And
I don't
then
care if
and then
wifey
the
go. You can send wifey out
and
there. I
then
never have a beef with wifey, but
for sure. And then rapping the man in the garden shit, like
which
with
is
the camera,
it
like
hurt,
knowing what
bro.
we
It
know about
hurt because you do deserve
that
it
was
all, bro.
that
You do.
that
It's a good
that's
fucking
the last
song.
that's the last straw for me.
He out
Yeah,
here not knowing the
it's for
words,
show it's for
glass in his
show getting
hand.
leaked. And it's old too, because Drake don't even got the braids no more. And it's like, fuck it, we went back in the vault. We don't know when he wrote this shit. We going back in the vault. We about to put this out because this is not fair. And you know what? I will say this.
It's a damn
As
good
much as
song, man.
as much as I'm not really a fan of just like, um, you know, what we be doing, what we be out doing, and everybody don't know what we be doing, but I be saying it. Like, we all know what's happening. I ain't really a fan of that, but I will say this, and this is just from my brain. You ain't about to fuck me over knowing what I be knowing. Listen,
Think twice.
you of all people,
You better think twice.
you better keep it super tight because if listen, loose lips don't only sink ships. You feel me? Like this is gonna sink everything. So you better be moving like
Yeah.
the Cold War. Because if you pick a side, just know all your proclivities are gonna come out. And I would imagine, even if Savannah is not a fan of Drake, I think she probably would believe him if he said that, oh yeah, y'all used to be on them trips every
As
summer. Yeah,
as
what was happening
much
out there?
as he has gotten, you know, looked at as like this beacon of positivity and just how you want to do it, just this example of how you want to be a man in the industry. He is under immense. He's not out of the woods, and I don't know if
For
I
shit
don't know
show.
if he will ever be. Like he has an immense amount of pressure, and like you got to think, bro. You regular niggas with families are under. There's never a time where something can come out that you done did, and your wife is just finna you just know for sure your wife is gonna understand, or you know that your family is gonna understand, and it's not gonna be affected. So if you out here doing dirt and doing whatever, and it's somebody out here that can possibly hold it over your head, whether or not it's on some like, well, if that's where we at, then I'm a leak it then. Or if that's where we at, then you know what I'm saying. Whatever it is, if you out here with dirt, at any point you never out of the woods.
Keep it cute.
You never
Better
out of the
keep
woods.
it cute.
So you gotta. I ain't saying you gotta play the blackmail games or nothing like that, but you damn sure gotta. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Like you said, keep that shit cute, bro. Like it's just that's just the name of the game, bro. That's the politics that go along with really any relationships where you somebody and you was out here doing dirt with them. Like it just is what it is. So granted, we don't know, and ain't nobody said nothing. But anytime that you can allude to a thing, like everybody got the internet. You know what I'm saying? So Pusha T was the first one. Say something about it. And then that's just been the narrative ever since. And ain't nobody addressed it. And now apparently Shorty is on the net playing around with it. So it's like
you see retweet the LeBron clip.
It's like, and she's like, "Oh, it's all fun and games till I join in," and it's like, nobody's talking to you or shut up, like you be quiet because the black trucks come for you too.
I've never seen a baddie that just turns me off more than Yes Jules. She is gorgeous and her butt is huge, and I can't stand anything about her. I don't want to see her. I see her on the Kanye video.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say that off the air.
Turn this off.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll wait for that one. I'm sorry. I can't jump out the window that quick. No. I mean, yeah, I can't jump out the window. Yes for Yes Jules. Can't stand her. Huge backside. The backyard is she's got an acre or so back there.
Is she Cuban? Or is she just white?
I don't know. Because it don't look like it's not like Americana. That's not USA. That's not USA. Don't produce that.
Yeah,
something else is going on.
Don't shake like that. Yeah, that's ethnicity.
Drake is alleging that somebody that he once considered a friend knows what's up in there, and I don't think that that's right to do. But I also think if that is a potential, you should shut up and you should act right, and you should always be friends with Drake. Or even if you're not friends with Drake, you should at least
keep it cute.
You should not be enemies with him.
Keep it cute. Listen, I love the idea of having a Cold War with people. Like, I'm not necessarily that interested in being vindictive, but I also like the fact that, hey, man, y'all ain't really cool until maybe somebody got some dirt. Now, granted, the older you get, maybe the less dirt you're doing. But I'll tell you this, me and you better not, me and whoever this is, better not ever had no problems if you know
TV, this whole shit.
Especially if I'm Drake, I could just, if that's the case, it could come out, and it don't have to be me. It could come out. Like, there will be no way to trace this back to me, and it'll be out. If I wanted to be out, it'll be out.
It's just, like, the thing is, it's just one of those industry rumors that everybody kind of has known about, accepted, but there's never been any substantial proof. But if there is somebody to ever do a Vlad interview and just start naming it, Whack 100, just start saying, oh yeah, this happened at this place and this place, and you got a couple people cooperating over here, you got a couple people over, and it's just like, it is already accepted. It don't need legs. So don't, but hey, he's gotten to be where he is, not listening to niggas like me. So I just, outside of that, you just gotta be a better friend. Like, at the end of the
day. Don't call me afterwards. People are so surprised and trying to turn this into some big thing. Like, see, this is why I try to tell people to get over that. Bro, there are lines to be crossed. And just like we can disagree about pineapple on pizza and things, you're not going to just call me after I seen you having way too much fun with the ops.
No.
Don't call my phone, bro.
Yeah,
no.
Like, it's the thing is, it's like, it's literally
That's
about
annoying.
It's literally about, like, it would be one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's his homie, whatever. I ain't got no problem. They kick
if he was rapping like that to Money Trees, whatever.
Fine. Nigga, this shit is about me, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's the
The
thing. It's
whole
like, nigga, this.
crowd, and he knew they was, and I bet you he knew they was shooting the video. Like, come on, bro, the video, bro, you gotta be in the video, bro. Bro, sit this one out, please. For me, can you
I
sit this
deserve
one
it
out?
all.
Like, can you can you sit like
nigga.
as a buddy, like we sit? I'll have to talk to him like, bro, come on, bro. Like before it hands, like I know that's your people. Can you please not show up at
I
the
was
cop
called
out?
like the thing is, you are my confidant. I was expecting a call from you to be like, hey nigga, you good? Like the same way that when it went down with Ye, he went on the show. It was like, and then what I tell you, you said I could never let you down. I was like, man, nigga, you can't never let me down, man. We brothers. You can't never let me down. That apparently that meant something. That's a meme for us, but that was a glimpse into some real shit.
It was
These
two
niggas
guys having a really good relationship. They're brothers.
and somebody that had a Watch the Throne shoe. So maybe we should expect this from Braun. But somebody that had a Watch the Throne colorway just completely acted like freaking Kanye didn't exist that whole period of time. So it's like, nigga, as a Kanye fan, I'm like, damn, nigga, is it really like that? How you with Hove, but not with, you gotta Watch the Throne colorway. Like that's your era. Like that's the LeBron around. Like it's all about y'all are the whatever, no problem. But
Yeah,
you know that's what it is. So hopefully, I ain't saying hopefully they can piece it up. Hopefully, it don't blow up into something that
yeah.
becomes.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, hopefully the war remains cold, and it's just one of those things where like they just gonna be beefing forever, and then potentially we might get a sit down in about 20 years. But right
I don't
now,
want to see it. Fuck that. Go to the grave with that shit.
yeah, this one is
Fuck it.
graveable. This one is graveable for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with it. And if you guys didn't need to hear it specifically, hear it now. If you do what LeBron did, you're a bad friend. That's a bad friend.
That's a bad friend.
I'm like,
bad friend.
I love LeBron, but that was a mistake. He probably should have reached out. And look, to be fair, if they got some type of agreement, like the Watch the Throne situation, like maybe they laughed about it, it becomes jokes later. It's like, man, I don't give a fuck about the shoe shit. That shit kind of dope anyways. I'm a big fan of Kanye anyways. So yeah, do your thing. The pedophile shit, the pedophile,
niggas say, hey LeBron, keep the family away, and you did. Nah. No.
And you're my buddy. Like
you're my
friend.
You're my friend.
You're supposed to be like, look, I know Drake for a lot of things. PDF is not one of them.
Oh yeah, oh shit.
You see Curry. He's like, yeah, I ain't never heard it. I'm like, yeah, that's how you keep it together, man. We know you heard it, but
Hey, light skin solidarity might be stronger, bro.
Clearly.
Speaking of light skin solidarity, apparently there wasn't any. Fox, the offices of Fox Sports 1.
Why should we be surprised that a Fox product has workplace shenanigans? They spend a lot of money on settlements over there, so this is just another chapter in the book of good old Roger Ailes.
They got a budget in settlements.
Yeah, that's for shit show because they've paid I think what was Hannity like 50 million. I think it might have been 7 figures for Tucker. Yeah, they be selling cash out. They lost 750 to the voting booths. Yeah, a quarter of a B or 3/4 of a B.
3/4 was there. So
a lot of shenanigans over there. It was apparently a hairdresser. Had been working there for quite some time. She was suing, I think, for like workplace harassment, wages situations, and she put out a 42-page. I think that was the full lawsuit because these things end up be public. Had some damning stuff in there about one Skip Bayless. Had some damning stuff in there about Joy Taylor. Had some damning stuff in there about. I think that was it. I think they said Emmanuel was a decent dude. What's the guy that does the Ringer?
Not the Ringer. The other network. The
Oh, is
Volume.
that the Ringer? Oh, the Volume. Yeah.
Cowherd. Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd, he seemed to be a decent dude. Oh, also one of the big wigs, Mr. Dixon, a big wig at
Yeah,
FS1.
those are the
He was
three.
in there doing some nasty stuff. Did you actually read
I was
the
about
thingy?
to. I got a couple pages in. I was like, all right. It's
I got up to
whatever.
page. I got up to 22. I got up to page, which was pretty much all of everything.
Yeah.
The rest of it was like official stuff.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. You know, anytime you hear any type of these allegations, man, you I don't work at Fox, so it don't mean nothing to me. But I've been in enough workplaces where I've seen like almost similar situations. Not
It
necessarily
happens.
to the Skip Bayless level of it, but people messing around, not relaying stuff to HR. People messing around with management, and those people getting, maybe getting
Preferential
preferential
treatment.
treatment by way of raises, motherfuckers coming in late, ain't nobody saying nothing like that, whatever type of stuff like that you see kind of everywhere. I've seen, girls kind of jab at each other from time to time. I've seen that kind of microaggression racism that people kind of encounter on a day-to-day, but they're not black, so it's kind of harder to navigate a little bit. It's
Little bit of sexism.
a little bit
Can't
of
forget
like
that. That's
if you've been in the
little crude
workplace
humor.
for any you've been in the workplace for any amount of time, you've probably heard all of this type of stuff. You've probably
Or
seen
engaged in it.
all this type of stuff, or engaged in it, right?
Yeah.
The Skip Bayless of it all is kind of wild. He a wild boy.
Ooh, super wild. Oof.
It's one of those things where it's like, bro, like Skip's career is done. I don't know what, not because this don't. I'm not making a comment on her. She got to get her issue. If once it's proven or disproven, whatever, that needs to come to the light. But Skip's career is done. Like there's no real recourse here for Skip. Like there's no if it comes out that he is guilty of the things, or if it comes out that he really did and he got to pay out that settlement or whatever, or Fox had to pay out that settlement, even if it goes to trial or if it just settled out, like that's just another stain on him at this point. Like he's already got the stain of being racist. He's already got the stain of like being biased, and I guess that's what all put it all in the racist thing. But he's already got
Does
all
he
that
have a
stain.
stain? He has a stain, and maybe I missed it. He has a stain for racism.
Yeah, okay, so I would think you would give him that. I would think you would attribute that to him because I know like his view on the like black quarterbacks, his view on like just black athletes in general tends to like not be as lenient as he's always a little bit more understanding of a white athlete than he is a black
For
athlete.
sure.
And
I guess where I usually go with this is like, and especially with Skip, where it's hard. I understand where he be coming with certain things, but sometimes it's hard for me to draw a straight line between, because that's just how the whole industry talks. Even black people talk like that.
Fair.
And so I'm like, because like there are black people right now who are like dying on the Josh Allen MVP thing, and I'm just like, I don't know how I can't see it outside of Lamar Jackson right now. I just don't. And so like the whole industry moves like that, and then Skip just is the loudest voice. So I just kind of be like, Skip being Skip. He loves Tim Tebow. He loves Baker Mayfield. These guys that no one ever likes. but then like the guys that everybody likes, he seems to
But
criticize.
then,
Yeah,
and true to
yeah,
that, and I think what kind of exacerbated it and kind of, I guess, set it in stone as like a racist stone, like the Infinity Gauntlet, like that was his racist rock, is when he had that moment with Shannon, and it was like clearly
and that
there's a
was the one where it
dynamic
was
here.
like there's clearly something, and that to me showed more of his maybe racial biasness than
Right.
anything he's ever said about any athlete. Because it's like, hey man, Shannon Sharp is a Hall of Famer. He's got
Yeah.
a yellow jacket. Like he's better at his job than you are at yours, and you're really fucking good at your job.
Yeah.
So you probably should show deference to him just for simply because he's done
Look,
it. Not even necessarily because he's another man. Respect him as a man, but like he was
as
between the lines.
yeah, as somebody that has like of course, like you're a commentator, you're a journalist, but he actually played the sport at the highest level
At the highest
and
level.
achieved the highest honors. So that's gonna
He's not
supersede.
just some regular nigga talking on this other side of the bench.
It's
He
not
like
Acho
no. Who did also play in the
who
league.
played, but it's
Just
like, man, nigga, you ain't whatever, nigga. Like you can ignore role players. You can like like I don't damn what you talking about. Hell, when it comes to this Asia Wilson, Asia Wilson, and I forgot his name now, the Hawk buddy that used to play for the Hawks, Jeff Teague. But Jeff Teague's like,
yeah.
Asia Wilson can't beat no G leaguer, no college athlete, no Asia Wilson can't beat none of them. The MVP of the WNBA for however many years, who has chips, for all intents and purposes, she is the WNBA's Jordan. Nigga, she can't beat no man. Like, get out of here, bro. There's no way you telling me this lady on Twitter is cooking all these niggas. Just random lady on Twitter. Just random lady. Just cooking everybody at the LA Fitness. Regular woman to regular man can win. Take the same dynamic. Best woman ever. Regular, I'm just in the league, nigga. She can't win. Get out of here. So, certain point, I'm not listening to these niggas at a certain point, and I don't have a problem with Skip. But if it was LeBron to say that shit, I would be disappointed, and I would be like, well, shit. I guess this nigga might know some shit. I don't fucking know. Maybe I got it wrong. But like if Charles Barkley said it, I'd be like, nigga, I guess you was born in the '60s, nigga. I don't know where that's coming from. But yeah. So
from Alabama.
outside of that type of stuff, Skip offering this woman 1.5. Apparently, the 1.5 was offered for the sex after she rejected him, and then told him that she had ovarian cancer, and then he offered the 1.5 and said that he would change her life.
I think this was the actual sequence. So he had offered it early,
okay,
off the rip, and then she stopped. And then so he kind of chilled, and then he was like, then she wanted to like she was kind of like feel like her hours were getting reduced because he just wasn't having her do his hair, and then they would talk here and there, and they got back right, and then she was saying,
I can see it.
Then he was saying that she may have some type of cancer or whatever, and then he was like consoling her, but then offered,
family, I really need these hours, bro. I gotta pay for this procedure, bro. I got doctor's visits to pay for. I got stuff going on in my life. I need the hours. Like, what's going on?
But what about this 1.5 though?
Man, that shit is
you don't
still
even have to
table,
do my
baby.
hair.
That shit is still on the table. You ain't got Skip, please, your wife. Aren't you Muslim? Your dad got 2 to 3 wives.
He was thirsty. He was thirsty.
It's tough because that rebuttal is a Skip Bayless rebuttal. Like, it is. Like, that's a very like what are you talking about? Like, that's what Skip does. That's the whole put your glasses back on. Like, that's the same guy.
You think so? You're the one who cares about monogamy? Come on, let's be real. Your culture don't care about monogamy. You ain't about to be tripping about that 1.5, man. Let's go do this. Let's handle this real quick, man. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Disappointed in Skip. Obviously,
Absolutely,
that's tough.
absolutely.
Um, Disappointed in Joy for just like she just seems to be a mean person. She's mean. Like I was reading it, and like people that are just mean, like they were saying that she was making fun of her accent. After doing her hair for all this time, she's like, "Oh, I need a black girl to do my hair now. I don't really need no." I'm like,
Nasty work.
oh, she's just mean. Like the whole thing about fucking people and getting to the top, man. Not only does this happen more than people think, but like, I'm just not gonna be mad at like bartering. Like if that's what it
What
means to you and you get to where you need to get
once
and
again,
everybody seems to be okay there, then hey,
once you hear, what's you hear now. Like she's Joy Taylor now. It'd be one
yeah.
thing if you caught her early on and was like, "Bitch, hell no, you can't be out fucking for success." But
Oh, and
that
you know what else
also,
too?
go ahead.
I will say this too. Like, to be honest, man, and this is where my warped brain goes. If she really was on the small, like, radio show in Miami in 2016, I think,
Uh-huh.
and someone told you, like, whoever this was, it was like, hey, you could be one of the most powerful voices in sports, not just women voices. Because Joy Taylor is up there with all these voices that you could think of, like Taylor Rooks
Uh-huh.
and Chuck and like everybody you could think of that does good work on TV. She's up there with them, even though she's on FS1. And they're all her peers. They all look at her as her peers. They all think she does a good job. If they could tell you that you could be one of the most powerful voices in your industry, and all you got to do is fuck a few people. That's it. And it can happen in 8 years.
That's
It
that's
could happen in 6 years.
so the problem isn't the woman even offering or bartering that. That's not the problem. The problem is the fact that that is a viable thing to pay with. Like that is a she is who she is. Like you said, like she is the one. She's up there and looked at as a quality. Like she does a quality job. So the fact, it's like the talent was there, but sometimes you
She need
gotta
the opportunity.
you gotta do what you gotta do to get the opportunity. But the problem is always on the people that's giving out the opportunities. If you are able to, if you handing out opportunities based on who give you ass or not, if that is something that you are susceptible to, then that's a you issue as the leader. Like
Mr. Dixon.
and then we get to Mr. Dixon. That's his fault. That's his problem. Now, when we talk about the mean girl stuff and her being passive aggressive or just straight up aggressive or being racist to her, or when she's reaching out and being like, "Hey, like this is what's going on. This happened to me," and she's saying, "Hey, girl, you need to get over it." Like that's how the game goes. Like that's all stuff that you can attribute to somebody's character, and you can be like, that's not you don't want to see that from nobody, and that's not the right way to be. Which is ultimately why I feel like she probably is named in there with all her dirty laundry, because she hurt that girl feelings at a time where hey, I'm vulnerable right now. Like I'm actually getting screwed over out here, and I'm coming to you as like a friend and as like a coworker as to what I should do. And not only are you giving me terrible advice and dismissing me, now you saying that you don't. Now you cutting my hours. Like now
Back
you
back
joining
to
in on it.
back to LeBron and Drake. Hey man, if you know what I know, you of all people better keep it cool.
Once again, and that's the thing. It was weird. They were giving their commentary on it on Higher Learning. Rachel was talking about like, oh well, this is put in here to be nasty and just to draw attention. It's like, yeah.
And yeah,
I'm telling the
I'm hurt.
business now because I am showing how nasty that work environment was. And
And how nasty she was to me. If she kept it cool, then I probably would have left it out of
I would
it.
have left it out. Whatever. But that's the thing.
But also too, and if you read it really like
It ain't
as much as her sexual proclivities could have been left out of it, you couldn't tell this story without Joy because she's the reason why she got to Skip and started doing Joy's hair. and got on a different show and worked with Emmanuel Acho. And like Joy
And,
is kind of the through line for a lot of this shit.
and as of yet, there isn't like this like wave of other people coming out talking about Skip now. There isn't like, and there may be, but if this is a one-off where Skip was like, well, shit, I know Acho getting some. I know, like, it's, you ever been in a,
Shannon.
you ever been in a situation where it's cool, where people are getting opportunities off of your name, or people are like, oh, you his boy. All right, cool, let's ride. Yeah, you good money. I see you with him all the time. I see you with Bronze. I see you with Pat. Yeah. And this benefit that you ain't never got, it's like, nigga, you getting shit I ain't never got. Hold on.
Or they just simply giving you the benefit of doubt because you know me.
Understand the jealousy.
He's good people. Well, if he's good, then you're probably good too because you good with him.
I understand the jealousy that Skip felt. Where you like, nigga, everybody out here getting ass off my good name except me. And you know, at a certain point, you gotta understand that you married, you checked out. It don't matter. It's not your ass to get.
But then when you look up, you're like, damn, everybody getting bliss, and I'm just being a good friend. I'm the assist man.
Like,
I'm trying to score too.
It's my turn. And he felt like that.
That's why he threw 1.5 out there. See, that's an unsavvy move, bro. Like, why is you throwing life-changing plays for the one time? You gotta work up to there. Hey, Anthony Edwards said 100,000, and I thought that was high. It's like 100,000. We could have started at 10.
Gilbert Arenas talk about sponsor these girls, man. He talk, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you gotta make it worth their while, bro. You gotta pay the tuition. You gotta do something. 1.5 is insane.
A car would have been a lot cheaper.
1.5 is too much for me to take. 1.5 is too much for me to take.
How do I even justify this to the settlement? Like, how do I justify this to the bank? Like, just a 1.5 being wired into my account. Bitch, it's been sitting at $30 for 3 years.
Like, no.
1.5 is good.
Skip,
what do I even do with this?
Yeah,
I got a tax. Do I send a tax?
I gotta announce this. No, too much. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's just once again, this is apparently how powerful people play. So it's just it's just nasty, man. It's just nasty. It's a dirty game, and that's what people are into. You have to be wary because I don't know when I read the Joy stuff, I read it and I'm like, you gotta be aware when you are talking to a disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
Like, they hate their job. You love your job, but you still talking shit.
And you talking about stuff that you like as well as things that you don't like. And that person's like, I just wish my position was a little bit better.
So that mug is over there mad as hell, getting their hours cut, and they got bills to pay. And you over there talking shit, being like, nigga, I wish Acho would say some shit. I will. Like, what? I wish Dixon would say something, nigga. Me too. I wish he would. You over here kiki and ha ha ha, and she over there. I wish Dixon would, because it will be me too.
I told her to stop messing with Acho and Dixon, that this could be messy, and she told me she don't give a fuck, and y'all should mind my business. Well,
I said he grabbed my ass at the party, and she said it's just like, you got to be aware when you're talking to a disgruntled employee, you might be out here joking. I don't like, that's one of them things where it's like, that is some sinister shit to put on somebody, that somebody would be like, yeah, if they try to say anything to me about it, I'm just going to pull at me too. Like, that's some heinous shit now. Like, that's some heinous shit.
Super.
So, but that is the type of stuff that gets said at work, is literally, nigga, racism. Like, that you had those moments where y'all be out here joking, and it's not jokes for everybody. And that's just the reality, like I said, of being in a workplace with that's just the workplace environment. That's why some of this work from home shit is good, because everybody get to do all of that water cooler conversation and shit. It cut out, and you don't open yourself
and you
up.
don't have to, And you don't have to
for
accidentally hear stuff because that's a big thing too. You'll be walking in the break room, somebody talking on the phone, like, "Bitch, I did not want to hear that.
it's been
I did."
several
Well, let me
times. You walk
let
into a
me let me get up out
conversation.
of here. Whoa, 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 whoa.
You walk into a conversation you're not supposed to be privy to. You walk into something you're not supposed to know. There's been several times, even when I was at Total Wine, there were several times where I got up and removed myself from the room when it was two managers talking about y'all talking about another employee. Hey, I'ma leave.
Yeah,
Because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm responsible for what I done heard. Wooty wooty woo. And anytime that I am responsible for what I heard and I hear some shit, nigga, I'm telling. Like, that's just,
yeah.
I'm telling. So I can't be
Because
mad
it
at
could
this
be
woman.
me. So let me
I
go ahead
can't be
and
mad
let
at
me.
this woman for doing for rightfully speaking up about something. That's not shit you joke about. And that's what people keep trying to like. That's what people don't understand. I understand we joke about stuff, but you just shouldn't joke about stuff. It's just not funny. Like, it's just not. So anytime when you got these like you can pull the race card, you can pull the sexism card, you can pull all these different cards you can pull. They're not funny to be joking about pulling because there are people who are actually going through shit at work who actually gonna have to pull that card. And then your ass is gonna get named and be like, oh yeah, he talks about it all the time, how they do woody woody woo. And now you gotta go and talk to HR. And people gotta realize HR is also HR only has as much teeth as the company allows it to have. HR is there to protect the company. So if the best thing for the company is to make all this shit go away, nigga, that job is gone. If the best thing for that company, if that company has a more liberal policy and we can replace leaders, if the leader is being bad, we don't want them, you might be able to get through. But for the most part, HR is protecting the company. They're going to get rid. I hope. Let's see your record. Let's see how many tardies you got on here. How many times have you called out? How many? Like, let's see. What do we got on your file? That's the rough part about going to HR. Once again, when it comes out of this Drake and LeBron shit, you doing all this hanging out, nigga. Let's check the ledger. I know where the bodies are buried. When you start doing all this shit, nigga, you gotta have the shit buttoned up. And apparently, she had her shit buttoned up. So once again, Fox just gonna have to pay that out. So, just hard lessons for everybody. But yeah, you definitely can't be out here offering monies for the ass while also cutting hours, nigga. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And now Joy is almost too big to fail.
It just at the end of the day, Jason Whitlock talked about it, and he was wilding out. But
Cans,
the
man. That's
honesty
my new
was
thing. Cans.
was admirable. She was in there with them cans and that peanut butter skin, and I said, "Oh no, I know exactly what type of time I'm finna be on. Can't be around me." Men, everybody, if you know yourself, you ain't gotta be like, "Well, nah, she ain't got nothing to offer." You ain't gotta do all that. You could just say, "Nah, I can't be around that." Because that's what he did up front when he was talking about it. He was like, she ain't got nothing to offer. She don't got nothing to offer. She ain't got nothing to offer. She's just a random person. She's just a random person. You ain't got a downplay her. Just be like, hey, you know what? Honestly, I would prefer a different woman host on the show.
He
Not
wanted an
because of
ugly
her.
host.
She's great, but I just would prefer something different because I cannot look at those huge titties and that peanut butter skin for the duration of this contract. I am going to fuck up. You can't say that.
That boy gonna be panting when he looking at Joy Taylor.
Yeah, like it's not good for the show. It's just not good for the show. It's not good for the show.
I'll be honest. I turned on what's her show? Speak, I think. At 5:00 to see if she was gonna be on there because I figured Fox they don't care. They just put up if she was on the air. But I did know that she had the silencer, like she had them silenced that day, and I was like,
for sure. Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, one of that with the good church girl fit.
You gotta have them silenced today because we ain't.
The game is the game, baby. Like I understand,
and it's been the game,
and apparently it's not changing. So what we should probably do is just like, yeah, we're gonna have to be better, like all around. Like I I don't know how to get powerful people to not trade sex for opportunity. I don't know
it'll never end.
If sex for opportunity is available, I don't know how to tell women not to take it. At the end of the day, it's available. Stop offering it. Like stop offering it. And that's the weird DEI plug, right? Like that's the weird, like, nah, these people were already qualified, they were already good, they already had an opinion, they already could talk sports, they already could do all the things. But that one
cans.
Cans. That one can. That one can.
You can't see the talent when she walked in. Talented.
What
you say? Damn talent.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
Oh yeah. All that talent when she walked in. A lot of talent.
Yeah, so, I got someone perfect for you. It's sick.
Yeah,
but that's the way of the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm probably never gonna tell them just to not do it. But I mean, as long as at the end of the day, as long as everybody's consenting and nobody's hurt, like what I'm saying. But
power dynamics, all of that type of stuff.
You can't do the power shit. You can't like.
It's rough, man.
It's
rough, but it's just like one of those things. It's like if that's an opportunity that's on the table, you can't always expect people to just be like, "I'm too good for that." Even with the 1.5, literally,
and that's why it's on the table, because people keep taking it.
People keep taking it. So, what do you do? What do you do? Except understand that that's a part of the game, and you try to navigate it and try to make sure you place and blame in the appropriate places, because at the end of the day, if it's on the table, it's gonna get taken off the table.
And if you don't do it, somebody else will do it.
If you don't do it, somebody gonna do it. And that's not saying that you need to do it because somebody else not gonna do it. Like if it's not on you to do, like it's in no way like
just because you said no doesn't mean you won't see someone who was under you get above you real fast.
We talked about this before. I forgot what was the exact situation, but it's like that's how it go, and you gotta be strong enough and remain like, you gotta have enough fortitude and belief in yourself to say no. And unfortunately, that's everybody don't got it. So, or everybody don't care. So, what's for you is for you.
If I could take the elevator,
be like that. So, I guess last topic, man. New regime taking over. Trump is doing his thug dizzle. It's the people are getting sworn in and not shaking Kamala's hand. The election has been certified. Everything it is what it is. January 20th, we will have a new president.
The insurrection is in pre-K now, so shout out to January 6th, 2021.
And guess what?
They grow so fast.
They're probably going to get off now. They're probably going to be pardoned for that. It's probably going to be wiped off and expunged. And then on top of, now they're showing their, like we talked about, their imperialist nature and their want to take over everything, and just this like expansion that absolutely was not talked about on the campaign trail. But it went from tariffs to expansions, and outside of that, I think Meta just had a hearing. Meta just had their hearing. Amazon just paid Melania for 40 M's for a documentary. Which is, and now remember, Washington Post, Jeff Bezos' own Washington Post, didn't run the story, didn't run their endorsement of Kamala, pulled their endorsement of Kamala. Once again, we're thinking about, U.S. Postal Service is going through some changes and probably going to get shut down because it's not profitable. So who's going to be running the mail? Well, it might not be that deep. It might be. But we know now that Melania just got $40 million payout for a documentary as she's entering into the thing. Whereas the Obamas got killed for taking the Netflix money on the way out, or after they were already out. So we're just seeing, these media companies kind of bend the knee, and Twitter didn't necessarily bend the knee, but once again, somebody offer you 1.5. In this case, 72 billion. That's an offer you can't refuse. Whether or not this nigga got the money or not, nigga, you finna pay us, and we about to get up out of here. And now we have X, which is a right wing propaganda machine. Amazon is soon to be on the same thing. If you watch Lioness, it probably already is to you. Yeah, Meta just came through with their announcements, and no more fact checking. And what? Dana White is on the board now for some reason.
The UFC guy.
Yeah,
Hey.
Fight Man is now is some kind of way advising the tech giant utility situation. I don't know.
Facebook was already bad. Like
Yeah.
Nothing will humble you more. I'll be honest. Nothing will humble you more than when like an older relative of yours like gets caught up in like stupid propaganda on Facebook.
Yes.
Like I've had someone tell me when I was going to New York, like, hey, be careful about the Venezuelan gang members in Times Square. And like this is obvious somebody who's never been to New York. But like I don't think anywhere in the United States there are more police in a square mile than Times Square.
Mm.
I don't like it would be so hard for any type of shenanigan to happen in Times Square. Not only is there so many people there, but there is so many police officers there. You can't get away with anything. So when they told me that, I was just like, that shit ain't happening, man. Like and like it just went to show me like it's not you can get caught up in propaganda and you don't have to be stupid. Like this person is not stupid. But it's like um if you don't have um the ability to discern
Mm-hmm.
or discern with the best of them, I can easily see where you being inundated with certain information because they're crafting the algorithm in a particular way
Mm-hmm.
that you can get caught up in shit. Shit, I've got myself caught up in things where I didn't read the article and I just read the headline and it was like, this is what it is. And then you read it and it's like, oh, it's a lot misleading.
Right.
That's why I had to unfollow shit like the Shade Room and stuff like that. And so when you start to see that, and then on top of that, now they're like dialing back, fact checking, which I just don't really see any type of benefit
At all.
in that. Like, I don't care if it makes the program less user friendly. Most people get their news now from social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is CNN now, it is Fox News now, it is MSNBC. That is where you're not going to get news any faster in this world than from social media, which is including Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if the sources are not reliable, at least when we watch CNN, like they are treated within the rules of journalism. So if in fact you are, lying, then you probably have to pay out, see Fox News, they had to pay out a bunch of money for just straight up lying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with Facebook and Instagram being open, unfortunately, that means that they can lie or push bullshit with no actual recourse. And it was already bullshit being pushed without any recourse now. And now they just took the gates down, the little bit of gates that they had left. I mean, even if they were just 3-foot gates, you had to like step over it, climb over it. Now there's no gates. So everything is, you'll have to question whether or not everything is right. But since you have this cachet and you've had this cachet with Twitter and Instagram for all this time, you just assume that it's right, in Facebook, and you just assume that it's right. And now it makes it even more difficult.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're going to have to do the best that you can to just weed out the bullshit
Yeah.
because it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, and everyone who has incentive, um, for this, incentive for this to go forward in the way that it is, are people that benefit from uh pandemonium.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's all the people that are billionaires, and they're the ones that are pushing for this. And Dana White don't need no more money. Uh, uh,
It's
what's
it's
his
it,
name? Justin Timberlake. It's not Justin Timberlake, but Zuckerberg. He don't
Zuckerberg.
need no more money. Uh,
Um,
Bezos don't need no more money.
but
All these
that's but
people that are gonna benefit.
it's complete capture. And like you said, like it's already rough enough. Now imagine that they don't have to let you know that it's AI, and we see how good AI has gotten over the brief 2 year period that we've had it at this level. Um,
Enough to cause enough indecision. Like it's not great,
yeah, but
but it's enough for you to be like,
once again,
is it?
if you primarily get your news off of Facebook, then you see like you got to think we was getting hit with the Illuminati shit and the 3-6 Mafia stuff and all like we was getting hit with all that, 15, 20 years ago. Um, Imagine when they can actually, fabricate a few images and put that out there for a 40-year-old to tell to their other 40-year-old friends that might be less, involved with everything. And now it's just a rumor that gets spread and get this and that and
Or
says.
even 8-year-olds who just don't
Then,
possess
then,
the
then you
ability to
got then you
discern.
got kids like you said. There you go,
Yeah.
perfect. That just they don't have it. They don't, and they don't have it because they've like haven't nurtured it. It's not formed yet. Like
Mm-mm.
so we get there as well. Like you said, like they don't need no more money, man. They don't. But it's complete capture. Facebook is kind of the only way you can get in contact with some of your family members. Uh, Amazon, because of their pricing, is probably going to be the most economical way to get certain goods.
And sometimes the fastest way to get
And
it.
it's typically the fastest.
Because if
So
you order over $25, bitch, that shit will come the same day.
it'll
I
be
done
somebody
ordered
pull up in
AirPods on there.
a Celica and drop your shit
I
off.
ordered some AirPods at 9:30 in the morning
Yeah,
one time. I got them shits by lunchtime. I'm like, what?
yeah,
This doesn't
absolutely.
feel right.
Because once again, and that's the thing. I don't think people realize it's complete capture because they won't raise the minimum wage. So having one job is not good enough. Not everybody needs to become like everybody needs to enter the gig economy to make ends meet. Now you have to drive Uber. You have to drive some sort of delivery service because you can't really be on somebody's clock for real like that. You can't really be on. You don't got enough time to go work a second job in a traditional sense, but you do got 3 hours here, 4 hours there to ride around picking up shit from Amazon, stuff in your car, and then running a route real quick. You do got enough time, to hop on and do like quick customer service calls or like the chat bot or whatever. You got enough time to be the chat bot for Facebook real quick or for Amazon real quick. You got enough time to do those type of things. That's the thing. That's how they get you. And that's the complete capture because that's why it becomes such a great utility because everything is so quick. Everything is so quick because there's a million people that need jobs and got these cars that they got to pay for that need the extra money that end up honestly only making enough to put gas in it and run the next route. But so that's the thing. All the while not raising the minimum wage. All the while union busting. All the while putting fake news out there, not putting no regulations on it. We don't have social media is not regulated by FCC yet. It's not regulated. They was trying to get it done. They couldn't get it done. It's definitely not getting done now. So we got another 4 to 8 years of just bad information being put out there. And it's just like with no checks, no balances. So, once again, Trump is about to put another 300 judges on. Hey man, we here. So hopefully, the Gulf of Mexico, America, is going to be now the Gulf of America because some kind of way Trump has jurisdiction over bodies of water that the world acknowledges as a thing. He could just change it. And he's also going to take Canada now, and Canada's going to be a united state. Or does he know that Canada's already in America? Like, do the United States know that they're not that? Like, do these niggas know that the United States is not America? It's like it's the United States of America. We're the United States. We're the U.S. We are not America. North America, Central America, South America. Like, these are all different. Do these guys know that?
They don't have passports probably, so I don't think they probably was gonna just drive through it, like go to Buffalo and just drive through and be like, yo, I should be able to get in this motherfucker, right? No, you can't actually.
Like, what's
It's
going
a
on?
different country.
What's
They
going
don't even it's not even a US dollar up here. They got loonies and toonies and shit like that. Like
so yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, once y'all showed me the system that y'all want and vote for it after being told, and now y'all got people not shaking Kamala's hand as she certifies the election. You know, it's never been about what people was trying to make it about, what we always say, but here we are. So yeah, Facebook is now free to do whatever they want to do. They off the hook. They were who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. So, you know.
one thing on MVP and the old white man, one thing that is really disappointing, and it's what I'll end it with, is like a lot of times with me just talking to people on the phone, you talk to all kinds of different people, right? And there's people that you know that will have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's always this about the generation where it's like that generation will talk about maturity,
Mm-hmm.
buckling down, locking in. And this motherfucker couldn't even look up and shake her hand and look her in the face. And I'm pretty sure he's told someone in the past, like, act your age, not your shoe size. Look someone in the face when you talk to them and be stern. And it's like, first of all, you're not even getting sworn in, my boy. It's your wife getting sworn in. You are
Ain't nobody
a
come to see you.
motherfucking bystander. So go sit. If you're not going to shake hands, go sit to the side. Don't be in this picture if you know what I'm saying? And go sit your ass down somewhere. Like, you know, this is not about you. This is about her. And so you can't even like look them in the hand and like as much as the right loves to talk about like restoring like values and all that shit. It's like, bro, the least you could do, even if you don't agree with their politics, is look them in the face and shake their hand.
Unfortunately, what is kind of being proven is that the restored value is just the restored order. Like
white people, like not blacks.
White people, not blacks. Americans, not black. Not hyphenates. Americans.
Yeah.
You know, over the time we were off. What's his name? Vivek and got their moment, and they got smacked up by some real Americans. Those are not your forefathers. Those are my forefathers. They got reminded. So that's the value. That's the make America great again. Putting everybody back in their place. They might divest Italians and Irishmen too. Get the hell out. Like, so it might come to that. That's what it's looking like. They're trying to go back to that vibe. So, you know, at the end of the day, y'all niggas won, bro. It was a vote. We got put to a vote. Y'all voted. Popular vote. Electoral college. Hey, it wasn't no election fraud. By all means, have at it. I take care of my business. I'm take care of my business. Don't come over here and bother me. We good over here. So
yeah,
it's what it is.
Episode 90. Good to be back.
White people have not been good friends to us. Just to tie it all up with a bow. Friendship.
And treat them. Yeah, treat listen, if they tell you who they are, believe them. Because they for sure letting you know. You know, they for sure letting you know. But yeah, so be weary. God damn it. But back with next week of more hopefully more good things. That's
Yeah,
so
for
many
sure,
bad
for
things,
sure,
but
for sure.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, but holla.